Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. This is the great and powerful Zilla, and British heavy cruisers are here. Right on the heels of the Christmas event and all that stuff, we get the British directives. Now, compared to that mess, these are very easy to do. And we had these done pretty much within a day of their release, and we got to wait 4 more days for the next part of it to come up. And as a result of this, you get tokens. You get 80 of them. And you use those tokens in the armory to buy bundles. And these bundles have a chance of releasing a early access British cruiser. Okay? So you go to the British Navy, and these are the tokens. And you can see on my third bundle, there's 2 more behind this one. On the third bundle, I got the British cruiser, the Devonshire. Okay? But you can also get the other British cruisers, the Albemarle, the Surrey, and the Hawkins. The Hawkins is 5, 6, 7, 8. So you have access to these early access things. And bundles aren't a waste of time either because you can get all this other good stuff too. So you get a whole lot of bunch of stuff just for turning in these tokens, and they're fairly easy to get and come by. If you wanted to spend doubloons, you could. However, I looked at these. I say, well, 1,000 doubloons for a bundle that doesn't have a ship? No, thank you. I'll pass. Okay. So I got the Devonshire. It's a British heavy cruiser. It comes with this spiffy permanent camouflage. And until the release of 9.1, these ships are treated very much like premium ships. However, when you have permaflage on a ship, as you well know, it pretty much makes that ship a premium ship anyway. Okay? It comes with a 3-point captain. She's now a 4-point captain because I'm playing her some. Alright? So what do you got? Well, you got some pretty darn good armor. Yeah, she's got a pretty high citadel and all that. Okay? So obviously, just like any other cruiser, you don't want to go broadside with her. Okay? But, she's very decently armored. She's pretty tough, especially if you angle. She's got a good amount of health, 28,600. Her guns are her story. These are 8-inch guns. She's got 8 of them. Okay? And her secondaries are no joke either. These secondaries have a firing range of 5.3 kilometers. And if a destroyer wanders into those, there can be some problems. Torpedoes are kind of a weapon of last resort. They are pretty good. They have an 8-kilometer range. They hit very, very hard. But like I said, they're a weapon of last resort, really. Their speed, well, 61 knots is not bad. It's not, it's pretty good. Anti-aircraft wise, for her tier, she can handle a tier 8 or a tier 6 carrier without too many problems. All right. Maneuverability, she's kind of a pig. She does go fast, but she turns real slow. So you probably want to fix that in some way, shape, or form like I have. And you're not hiding from anybody in this cruiser. Now, what have I done with her? Well, the captain skills, pretty much, I spec her like a battleship. As far as upgrades go, main armaments 1 because the turrets do turn slowly. Damage control mod 1, anything you can do to reduce that. Risk of catching fire or flooding is good. Targeting systems, make her guns more accurate because that's her story, is her guns. And I have the reduced shutter steering gears mod 2, reduce the rudder shift time on her. Okay. Currently, I'm not running any flags or anything like that. Just the permanent camouflage and the national flags for Britain. Okay. Now you can get all of these before the release of 9.1, and here's the tree, and you can see it's got a timer on there. Okay. This is early access ships, and you have the potential to get all of them. All right. So my advice to you is don't let those tokens go to waste. Go into the armory and start buying those bundles. You're not going to regret it. It gives you lots of stuff, flags and coal and stuff like that. Okay. All right. So we're going to take the Devonshire here into battle, but let's talk about the ship first and what it was doing. This ship was commissioned in 1929, and in 1929, I'm sorry, it's a county class heavy cruiser, a subclass of the London class cruiser. It was first assigned to the Mediterranean Fleet in 1940. She went to Norway to support operations in Norway, and then in 1940 she was transferred to the South Atlantic to hunt for commerce raiders. Okay. In 1941, she went back to Norway and Finland, and she escorted convoys to the Soviet Union. And then she went back to the South Atlantic, where she sank the Q ship Atlantis. In 1942, she was transferred to the Indian Ocean. She was involved in the invasion of Madagascar. To be honest, I didn't even know we invaded Madagascar. All right. And she provided convoy escorts in the Indian Ocean. In 1943 and 1944, she went to Norfolk, Virginia for an extensive refit, and she came out in 1944, and she escorted carriers that were then attacking Norway. In 1947, she was relegated to a training ship, and in 1954, she was scrapped. Earlier in her career, there was an explosion on board that killed 18 men, and there's a commemorative plaque to that effect. I believe it's in the Royal Navy Museum, but I have to check that. So that's the history of the ship. This was a real ship. It really existed. And, yeah, served it as well as it could in World War II. So let's go into a co-op battle. That's right, co-op. I'm still getting used to this ship. And with this dinky little 4-point captain, you know, she's having you a cup of tea. You know, we'll see what she can do. All right? All right, as usual, whether it's co-op or random, I always peruse the list and see what I'm facing. I notice in this battle there are 2 Jaguars, and these are French destroyers. They don't have smoke. Don't think they're going to pose that much of a threat to me. However, you got to be aware of where the destroyers are. And high explosive 8-inch shells from this ship would wreck a destroyer pretty darn quickly.
Battle starts.
So, we head on out, using our blazing speed. And we take a look at her camo. She's got Royal Navy printed on the back of her, which is pretty cool. Alright, now this ship will do over 30 knots, so she's not slow. Alright, but she does take a while to get going. Something you might want to think about, but you only have so many slots available for upgrades on the ship, so you know, you pick your poison. I chose the rudder shift. Alright. So I take a look around. I look behind me to see that that Fuso is moving, because for whatever reason, sometimes you get a lot of AFKers in these co-ops, right? So moving right along. And, you know, she is a pretty blocky looking ship. She looks like she's sturdy, like a lobster. AKA Leo and Stitch, right? So I come up, and the first thing I see is a Murmansk. I think that's a Murmansk. I'm not sure. Okay. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm going to shoot at it anyway. All right. So I have high explosive loaded. The destroyer is behind the island, so I'm going to give some enemy cruisers, and I'm going to go ahead and unleash the dragon, so to speak. And I shoot at this ship, and I get some hits. And we're going to continue to shoot at her. And so far, the enemy has pretty much ignored me over here. Alright? They seem to be focused on that little Jaguar over there. Alright? With good reason. The Jaguar's a good destroyer, and it's dangerous. So, we're just going to shoot away. I don't know why, but my video recording thing is being laggedy. So I'm going to give one last shot here. A little parting shot. And before he disappeared behind the island. Now, on the other side of that island is a Bayern. Very dangerous British, or German, pardon me, very dangerous German battleship to me. Okay? Any battleship is a danger to any cruiser. I don't care what you are. Alright? So, I'm in open water. He's behind an island, and he's coming around. Now, on the mini-map right now, it doesn't look like he's going my direction, but as you'll see, it turns out he turns into me. Alright? So, I'm moving right along. I don't want to get grounded on that island, so I make a turn, and you can see how the rudder shift helps. All right, helps me make that turn. I take a pot shot at that ship over there. Right. The guns are pretty accurate, guys. Pretty accurate, and they're pretty punchy. All right. I'm causing no end of trouble. And you're going to start lots of fires with this ship as well. Alright. Ideally, I would have wanted to switch to AP right there, but with a battleship within 4 kilometers of me, I don't know if I want to do that. You know, I don't know if he's going to come bow in, if he's going to come and show me broadside or whatever. And then I noticed he's coming around and he's broadside. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slow down and I'm going to back up. Getting this ship to stop, good luck. Right? It's like slamming on the brakes on black ice. It just will not stop fast enough. Sometimes it seems that way. So I'm going to back it up now. The bot cruiser to my right, the Emerald, I don't know what the heck it was shooting at, but it fired off its torpedoes at our teammates. So I don't know what it was doing or what it was thinking in its own little mechanical mind, but there you go. That bots are going to be bots, right? So I back it up, and I'm going to launch torps at that battleship. However, the battleship is done with its turn, and he accelerates. So I misjudged where the torps should be. I aimed right down that line. You shouldn't always aim down that line. If you know a battleship has just made a turn, he's slow, he's going to speed up. I managed to hit him with 2. And I'm causing no end of trouble with my fires and all my stuff going on. My secondaries are going nuts. This is a very, very good
torpedoes
cruiser,
to starboard,
guys. I highly recommend it. And you can get it.
Torpedoes direct front.
Torpedoes direct front. Where? I don't see them. Where are they at? Well, anyway.
Enemy
Take out the
battleship
battleship.
foundered.
Bye-bye, battleship. Okay. So, we're going to
Problem
move forward.
solved,
Wait a
sir.
minute. What's that? There's a cruiser over there. So I'm going to shoot at the cruiser. Because why not? Right? I can be greedy. I don't mind one little bit. So, I shoot at the cruiser, start a fire, shoot at the cruiser again, and boom. Bye-bye, cruiser.
Enemy cruiser
So,
foundered.
moving right along,
Victory is in sight.
look ahead, and oh crap, brown moment, there's New York. New York could hurt me. You can hurt me bad. Okay? So, I'm going to nose in to the New York, although he's going to overmatch my armor. You know? But that's true of just pretty much any battleship. Can tear up a cruiser if you get him in open water. And that's where he's got me. He's got me in open water. However, on the Devonshire, you have a nice heel. It's a pretty good heel. So I hit that, restore some of my health so he can't citadel me and end me in one shot. Okay? And I narrowly avoid some shots here, and I take some shots at him. I'm going to just try and start fires. I'm going to launch my torps in an effort to try and get him. And he hurt me bad. Ooh, wow. He took me down quite a peg. But those torps are going to get him. And my secondaries are going nuts. And that's the end of the battle.
Enemy battleship foundered.
Game over. We win. And that's co-op. But that's the Devonshire. It gives you some idea of what it can do. What it's going to be like in randoms, I can't tell you yet because I've not played it in randoms yet. I'm kind of afraid to do that with just a little bitty 4-point captain. So anyway, before I say goodbye, I want to let you know that AVW is recruiting. If you are interested, please contact me or any member of our clan in-game. Until next time, you guys be good to each other and have a great, great day. Bye.